You just consume what people have created. You are not doing anything. You are not adding, you are not doing stuff. That is the base. The next level is a learner, and we are still going to break this further down. A learner, you are experimenting, you are kind of tweaking your prompt. Maybe you are adopting RiseSmart model framework, or you are doing deep framework, or you are doing any kind of framework, just to ensure that your prompts are solid and you are able to get what you want. And then the top level there, that is where it needs to be our ultimate goal. Be a creator. Be able to build apps. Be able to build workflow. Be able to solve new problems. And you can do all these things without even learning coding, without even writing code. Right now, people talk about vibe coding. You have Lovable, you have Boating, you have Manos, you have all these guys there. You talk and you are building websites. Recently, a particular federal government agency said, oh, they need an organization to give them a solution. And then submitted application. But I told my people, I said, no, I want to do something. I ran to Manos. Everything they said they needed, I jumped to Manos to build a demo website. And it built the demo website. When we did the interview and we were able to show them, these guys believed that we've already done the work. So they just said, when are you finishing the project? It turned from competition to just these people are serious. Because I just use AI, within 10 minutes, it developed the website, deployed it on a temporary link, and through the link there, we were clicking, it was going. They didn't know that we not on the back end or database and what have you, but it was moving. They were like, oh, these people understand our pain points. They understand what we are truly looking for. So they just leave others and just said, please, I hope it will be ready in the next 2 weeks. I said, no, it will be 2 weeks, it will still take like 2 months. So because we leverage AI just to do more. So we want to be creators. You can think about this. That is where you start making your money. You have over 9 millionaires now that are making millions leveraging AI. They do not even study computer science at university. Some of them don't even know how to write code. But they use all these tools, leverage these tools. They look for problems. And there are problems around us. Many problems. Just look for one and then leverage these tools to do it. So let's further break all these things down. The user level, like I said earlier on, you consume what others create. So you go to ChatGPT for essay, for images, you just take it as it is and you are fine with it, which is good, right? It's a good start. But we are saying that we want to measure your AI attitude. Don't just stop at being comfortable with the norm. Let's do more. Let's do more and be able to achieve more. So the user I put there is like someone who only eats at restaurants and never learns to cook. So the thing is, you only enjoy the meal, but it remains dependent on the chef's menu. You won't be able to experiment. You won't go to just right now or the place and tell them the jollof rice I want. This is how I want it done. No, it is the jollof rice they have there that you will buy. You can't tell them, I want my own jollof rice, I want smoky jollof rice. I want to go with it. Can't you put enough of spices and all that? No, it is what they have there that you eat. That is user. You just want to use what they have there and move on. But let's move further from there to the learner level. This is where you start developing that growth mindset. And you want to experiment with tools and with prompts. You take courses, you watch videos, you learn a whole lot of things on how to do more with what you know. Yes, I do not recommend that you should just stop with it. Don't let us just remain comfortable with where we are. Oh, I think I handle my child very well. So let me just stop. You've not even used the deep research in ChatGPT. You've not even used the agents there. You've not even used the study and learn there. You've not even explored every other thing there. You've not connected it to your Gmail, to your Outlook, to your OneDrive. You've not set up automation. Don't just remain, let's just go there, write prompts, and then we just run and we are fine. No, learn to experiment. You join communities of practice. You ask better questions. So, as a learner, you are not just using the tool again. You now understand how to customize them, how to improve the output. You can set up simple automation every day. ChatGPT remind me by 10 a.m. Go and do this. Scan my mail every 10 a.m. I like or list out the actions that I need to take in order of priorities. You can do all these things there without even writing code. Google recently launched OPAL, OPAL with google.com, just that it's not open to Nigeria, to this part of the world yet. But you know that now, you can always use the VPN, change your VPN to the US, and you have access to OPAL. OPAL is now giving tools like Make.com, Zapier, N8N, they run for their money because we don't even need to be want to build the workflow. Just with prompts, create workflow. Meaning, when they send you WhatsApp, pick it up, go and look for this, store it inside Google Sheets, create slide with it. You want to set up automation. A user, a learner will start doing all these things. So one advantage a learner will have is adaptability. You are adapting to how things are changing. And that is key in AI world. Because before you close your eyes and open it, the motto has taken off to another than 401 and whatever. They are now, everyone is now using 5. They keep changing. And their attributes too are changing. The way 4 were used to 4, 5 is different now. 5 you need to do more, explain, give you structure before you can get the level. These tools too are changing. So we need to do what? That. As they are changing, we are also learning and we are adapting as we move on. But the creator level, like I said, this is when you don't just use AI, you build with it. So you want to develop custom AI solutions for real students. I want to know my student the more. I want to know the student with learning disabilities, with dyslexia, with all forms of disabilities. And I don't have money because the cheapest one we saw was about $200 every month subscription. So all these big boys, they created a platform, you pay $200, they help you assess your student and write a report. Oh, this student is likely to have, this or that, or autism and all that. So she said, can we do something? I said, even that ChatGPT, we can create our own GPT. Use the theories, different child psychology theories and everything that they've written anywhere about all these learning disabilities and how to detect. We can put everything and create a GPT inside ChatGPT. So we created a GPT with a list of questions that it will ask the student. So the student will sit in front of that ChatGPT and then we start asking this question or asking the student question, oh, what's your name? The student will be responding. And at the end of the day, it will write a report about that student based on the feedback gotten from the student. She could not pay $200 right? You can't compare to an extent to help her understand that student better. How to teach that student. Student that learn best by listening or by seeing, then he will be able to take that to consideration when planning and lesson notes. They need to know you. By the time people start putting comments, they start rating your GPT, that your GPT is good. You start monetizing it. Or you create some templates and people start buying it. They don't need to know your face before they start. Once people write good reviews, oh, this is good, this is nice. Start thinking of how to create. So you create solutions. You can create chatbots with Microsoft Copilot Studio. You can create chatbots that you deploy on the website or you deploy on your WhatsApp. This time around, schools are now using chatbots to ask or respond to the students as if human beings are there. These are different from the chatbots you see on the website or the chatbot DSTV and all those guys are using. That will be telling you the same thing. Even when you say this is what I want, you say you want to speak with somebody. I know. Answer my question. This time around, you can build a chatbot even without knowing how to write code. There are several tools out there that can do this for you. You know, I already mentioned Opal can still do it. You can use ChatSpace. You can use Microsoft Copilot Studio. You create a chatbot like yourself, the math teacher, that you can deploy and your student will start responding to it. So, how do you move awareness? Learn the term, use it, experiment, and also create. Okay? I won't go through all this again. My time is kind of gone. So, awareness, be aware of what is practical guide. You want to do research and study. Don't just think with ChatGPT and all that. You already have tools like anything for consensus. These ones will look for papers similar to your topic. And then able to track down different papers that kind of have a relationship with your what you're doing. You have manuals there. Manuals can do massive research for you. It's like one of my favorite now. We do an in-depth research for you, real research, and then give you something that you can now use when you're doing your homework. All those book I don't like reading. I don't like reading that much. But if I have something to read, I copy it, dump it into notebook LM. It creates a podcast for me. Audio, as if people are discussing over the radio. I plug my headphone, I'm listening to the podcast, I'm enjoying my book, I'm reading. So we can use all those tools just to keep ourselves kind of busy. So final thing, I think I have action plan. Yes, let me leave off with this action plan. Try one new AI tool today. You know, try one today. Sign up for free courses. There are lots of free courses there on Google, on Coursera, on Microsoft Learn. Try to just be hungry for knowledge and move on from where you are. This month, you can even join different groups on Discord or Reddit and keep learning. There are fantastic guys on YouTube that create videos every now and then. A lot of them that I follow. When I see notification, I just go there, let me go and watch this video. Even if I don't want to watch the video, I copy the link, take it to an AI, summarize the video for me, and give it to me in bullet form. What I need to do, I do all that. And again, you can start your own small AI project. So don't let us allow AI to shape us, but we should be ready to shape things using AI. Don't let us just be passive consumer, let us be active creators. So your AI attitude will shape your future. So the question isn't whether AI will affect you, it is whether you will affect AI. And the answer begins today with your first step. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate this. Yeah, yesterday I saw AI teaching. I said, okay, that's because we will have different types in level of awareness in AI. Am I correct? Now, the center has already put me where I belong. I saw 3 stages. So I do you know where I belong? I don't know whether I belong to create or not. But now, that means I've been taking effort now. So you have already put the autism there. I've been reports from the user, from the learner, learner, and creator. I thank God that I belong to one of the groups. Some don't even have a cluster. Don't you know that? If you do not put people in the cluster, some people don't even belong to any cluster. You will be part of the universal scientists. You belong to the universal set, you don't belong to any of the
members of the set.
Some sets. You belong to some sets. So thank God I still belong to. So I'm going to user and I'm moving towards being a learner. Can you clap for me too? I think you can use identity or whatever, or you can use your camera. He has mentioned it here. I thank you so much. We appreciate you. And of course, we think, especially those of us who are here, thinking of 80,000 naira rise here and there, and Gary that is now, you know what it means. So maybe you should look for a way so that we can learn. Because as I do be reading, somebody will knock at your door and tell you, Daddy, that's a much better. I know that the back was me. So please use AI to
okay, you have
to secure to our whole situation too. So we appreciate our distinguished partners. Of course, this time I'm very, I appreciate, of course, we are in the media. We need to read. We solve the internet always. Anytime I go to this place, I see this man here, Dr. Kayaki, Editams, and so many other people in this, and I appreciate it so much. I was even thinking, why is it that secondary school cases are even more than the world university? Are they more than how people are migrating from secondary university now to secondary school? Maybe it is because we are training secondary school teachers very well. Of course, it's a measure of performance from most of our universities and our education of level, so to speak. We appreciate you, Mr. Adeko, and of course, Dr. Adewale, we appreciate you. And of course, Dr. Odiriola, the principal investigator in this research project, we appreciate you. Not forgetting the co-PI, Dr. Olorunso, the great mama, we appreciate you. Now, to
question.
Huh?
Question.
Question. No, we go to panel. We don't, the time is not that. You see, the panel should do justice for that. I mean, that. So we have one of the volunteer teachers here who will perhaps represent those of us in the cluster of Resonians, people that work present. So to know what EDAIL, Educators Artificial Intelligence Literacy Project has done so far. I invite Mrs. Sonia Elizabeth. Are you here? Mrs. Sonia Elizabeth, come and tell us whether this project has been wonderful, effective, or the efficiency is not as, what do we say? The efficiency is a measure of what? The means to achieve that particular effectiveness of this project. Am I right? Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Can we put our hands together?
My name is Mrs. Mayolu from the Cooper Foundation School, Olamide Babangida University. I am here to, I'm a living testimony of what a high level and how premises. Almost. Well, before the program in June, before we were invited in June, I have been using AI, but then maybe I should say I was at the user level, just copy, paste, and nothing more, nothing like that. But later on after the program, I had a sort of passion that so I can use AI to also improve my teaching and all of that. So I started a inculcating that. Let me just say this. There's this particular poem, it's a very long poem. Maybe some of it might know the poem, Paradise Lost by John Milton. It has always been giving me issues, stress. Each time, you usually have it in the second semester, first semester, you don't have issues. Second semester is like, hey, I'm coming to do this. And my other colleagues will always push that poem to me. Go and do that with your students and all of that. So this time around, after that program in June, my students were to write the exam in August. So for the program, I just said, can I do it? So I really picked the poem, I went online, I got the poem, the soft copy. So I now put it in ChatGPT. Give me interpretation or translate this line by line. Give me line by line interpretation of this poem. The poem is very long of the word. And the type of English used, they are English, you have to write everything, look for the meaning. So I said line by line. When I put everything together, then I scattered everything for me. So I said I have to start over. So I started putting in 5 lines. 5 line by line, 5 lines, can you do this? And he was able to do it. I'm talking about the poem of about 300-400 lines. So the meaning and everything. In fact, when I got to class and we read it together with my students, they were so happy. And even after their exams, they came to me to tell me, thank God that you really I was so happy that I really helped my students. Not only that, when I am also a facilitator, I help nursery and primary school bonus. I go to schools, train their teachers on phonics, and they've graduated to other aspects beyond the phonics that I started with. So most times you ask me to write reports and all of that, based on the type of work I do and all of that. So it has always been stressful on me. Oh, which ChatGPT. I'll just type, this is what I did in basic 1, this is what I did in basic 2, this is what can you give me the way forward and all of that. In 5 minutes, the attitude of the constituent teachers. So what I just did just to rephrase that. Attitude, embracing AI. That's what I'm champion to report. It's going to be effective and going there to really tell them at the primary school level that AI can also be used to help them in preparing their lesson books, to also help them in designing stories, in generating, all sorts of things that would make their work easier, other than following the old growth learning method, other than following the traditional method of imparting learners, which has been centering on teachers and not on the learners and just improving the performances of these learners. So with all of this, I want to really appreciate the organizers, and I want to say thank you very much for everyone. I was happy being a part of this AI workshop. I have gained a lot, and it's still happening. Well, let me just say that when the last speaker spoke, and I rated myself, initially I thought I was somewhere. But let me just say I've learned the state of the user. I am still on the first step of the level.
Thank you very much. You see that at least people are now coming here to confess. when I said we are going to people that the joke. Some people know what it is, 99 point something %. I mean, that percentage doesn't know that there's something called global in Nigeria. Despite the fact that there is MTN map and people know that it's phone, what do you call it? What do you call this phone? Android, smartphone, so to speak. So about 9.something% I get to be aware that there's something called artificial intelligence. So I don't know what our educator will do when your wife will have the computer based CBT, about 450 computer. I don't know whether I should go to my own locality to make it multiply those government, whether they'll be able to take care of it. Please think of those areas too. We appreciate you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, of course, like I mentioned earlier, we have the members of the university management and other extended members of the university management. We have in our list the common head department of art and science education. In the faculty of education, the National University here, of course, we used to call their the first set of these case university is one of them. And not just one of them, a very, very strong personality among the sports graduates of Collaboration then of the university. I introduce to you probably Professor Adejoke Tupono. About the doesn't like somebody listening any of them, just this is our supposed to get by our development. Due respect, we always will recognize you. You are part of our people. We continue to honor you, we continue to celebrate you. Because you took the step, the full step, in the taking piece of education. Thank you very much. Of course, we are calling our other distinguished members of the last committee and we appreciate you. Now we have found, we have faith, we are about to, draw the content of the whole program. But before then, we are moving into the panel session. Dr. Oloriola, please. Of course, I wouldn't introduce myself because I'm from the corporate affairs. The Google wrote us a letter that for Google Award to be duly recognized, the media team must have a report of the media team. And they are not media team that will be complementing and supporting this particular movement than that of corporate affairs. What are the we got our own things that when the was, the award was won, but 50,000 and we have to participate that. But we are appreciating that this have a global effect of diversity in terms of visibility and academic excellence ratio of collaboration among universities. So the corporate affairs division of collaboration among universities is equally very important in this regard. So, I will let thank you so much. Of course, I fully recognize my guy here. Distinguished fellow, thank you very much. Now it is time for us to have the panel session. To do the moderation is Mrs. Omo Wono-Oladia. Please step forward and really start your talk and give us the mic to do as a compare of the program. We appreciate it. You see, you see the difference between the man that eats eba in the morning and the one that drinks tea now. You see, thank you.
And I've been successfully laid down by my boss and person of the Tawad Thank you very much. Alright, I feel so honored, so elated to moderate this session. Before Mr. Adebo came on board, I was thinking, what is your attitude? Because I was a bit confused. What is your AITC? But now I think I'm clear on that. What is your AITQ? My name is Omowonola Stadia, popularly known as the King of Bells. and such a great honor to moderate this session of this panel session. What is your attitude? And we're talking about rethinking teaching, rethinking learning, rethinking quality in this area of artificial intelligence. The objective of this panel session is to evaluate to reshape education across various perspectives, from policy to practice to quality assurance and global trade. Joining me on this session, we have great, informed, and esteemed panel of experts that will be sharing their thoughts and experiences on this critical issue. It's grammatically correct to say, please apologies, to say standing on the of the protocol. But because further protocols are not here, I'll still say again. But maybe to stand on the question of the protocol, I think very much treasure here. So I will call the panel of experts in no particular order. All right. First of all, like I said in no particular order, Dr. Kayo, everybody, just profile them intimidation. So I might not be able to question me out. But then we all know Dr. Kayo, everybody, Dr. Kayo, everybody. All right. Dr. Kayo Adewale is a global teacher of a state education ambassador, Limitless Global Educator, Microsoft Innovative Educator Fellow, Microsoft Certified Educator, is a globally recognized Nigerian educator. Some of his achievements include January 2025. Dr. Adewale received global recognition as one of the top 50 finalists for the Chance Education Global Teacher Prize, awarded by the Varsity Foundation in collaboration with CNFO in February 2025, Government Matter, National University of Education, honored him with classical appointment of the lecturer and celebrated him as the University President for placing the institution on the global map through his awards, grants, and international projects. Dr. Adewale has coordinated over 15 international collaboration and spearheaded nearly 20 transformative programs. Like I said, it's quite intimidating. His academic milestone came on February 5, 2025, when he earned his doctorate in educational mobilization, who's using a landmark thesis on technology assisted professional management solutions for efficient instructional delivery of secondary school teachers internationally. Dr. Adewale is a full-bright teaching excellence and achievement valuation institute, representing Nigeria among educational consistent companies, is doing at Penn State University and taught at Street Rural High School for Ohio, United States of America, defining his expertise, both pedagogy and technology integration. As a global threat translator, he's among close 70 worldwide, elected to translate the University of Colorado interactive simulations into Nigerian languages, expanding access to science and mathematics learning, with more medical activities. We welcome to this class session, the second level. Joining Dr. Sakina Oluwabu from the College of the first in the education of this project. She's an associate professor of computer science at Olabisi University, Nigeria, where she leads research in artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and cultural areas. She's widely recognized for work in federated learning, explainable AI, and the use of data-driven approaches for health, diagnostics, and cultural restoration. As a core principal investigator of the Global Award for Responsible AI Project, Dr. Follow is constantly advancing AI literacy and capacity using a global context with a focus on sustainable, inclusive, and culturally relevant AI. She has also served as principal investigator and co-pilot on competitive grants from Google, SETCOM, the Royal Academy of Engineering, and ICT. Beyond her research, Dr. Collins is a passionate mentor and community leader. She's the founder of the Rouse to AI Initiative, the team lead for InterBias Nigeria 2025, and an active voice in promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion in AI. Very well. I would also like to welcome the guest speaker joining this conversation this afternoon, Mr. Olanikan Agiefo, a Microsoft Valuable Professional, Microsoft Certified Trainer, a Fulbright C Fellow, widely recognized for his work at the section of AI, education, and data analytics in Africa. The co-founder of Tech Prime Research, a Microsoft Global Training Partner, delivering driven learning and skilling programs across sectors. They have supported the governments of Ghana and Botswana in deploying education technology and youth strategies, and he has led impactful teacher and youth training across the region. The recipient of the African Union Continental Teacher Grants. Oladipo advocates for global digital skills because local language content and their power tools that equip learners and institutions for the future of work in Nigeria. This community is also being involved with personalization purposes. Community is also welcome to personalization research and tools and doctorate from the University of Witwatersrand, Johannesburg, South Africa. The former head of the Department of Arts and Social Sciences Education, the former head of part-time degree program, the former study postgraduate of faculty of education, currently the director of quality assurance of the university. Joining also this panel session this afternoon, I have the profile of Dr. Oluke Graduate of Excellence. He's currently a lecturer at the Faculty of Business and Law in Northumbria University in London. He's a model teacher and research lead for entrepreneurship and organization behavior. As a seasoned academic and researcher, he has strong expertise and high proficiency in qualitative and quantitative research, having been involved in multidisciplinary research projects with target theoretical and empirical knowledge. He has previously worked on fully funded research projects at School of Oriental and African Studies, University of London, University of Bedfordshire, both in the United Kingdom. In 2023, he was appointed a senior research associate at the University of Johannesburg, South Africa. Oluke Tolerance and Present, Oluke Editor-in-Chief of the Journal of Business and Digital Innovation, also a reviewer for leading journals, and has published several research articles in many academic and professional journals. Dr. Tolerance is an award-winning business educator with hands-on industry and higher education teaching experience across Asia, including the United Kingdom. The combination of his robust academic and professional experience of the field is being the state's capability of providing mentoring and services for any career, professionals, and enterprise startups. For the former lecturer in the Faculty of Education or University of the University, as an alumnus, he emerged as the best graduate student as a graduate and master's degree level. He worked as a lecturer of the Department of PNBS of the university for almost 10 years. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my informed and esteemed panel of experts. A round of applause, please. Thank you. So the first question, this will come across companies. I don't know if someone can help us with that. Alright. We can also ask our questions. You can pen down your question. I know many of us have so many questions for Mr. Idea for why he had this session. So you can pen down your thoughts. And that's the essence of this session. We want to discuss. We want to have this conversation on AI. Thank you. So this question to every panel member. What does having the right AI to mean in your context? What was having the right AI to mean in the context? Be policy, practice, or pedagogy? Those are the questions. Thanks so much. Yeah. Yes, it is very important that to develop the right AI as individual, as institution. But the question here is with respect to institution, policy, practice, development. AI needs to be our mindset, and it's important that the stakeholders bring that in the educational system. It is not something that is all it's always not. There's this belief that we use AI, we are engaging in academic malpractice, cheating, this and that. The mindset of AI has something about come to help the educational system. We should see AI in a positive light, not in negative light. Then with respect to policy, I think I'll still discuss about that. What I've learned about the use of AI, I'll still discuss about that. But I just think it's important that everyone can develop the right mindset, the practice, the level, the teachers. I doubt if any teachers could provide us the development that pretty virtual levels. We saw this idea of virtual levels. So the area of our heads accept and embrace it better. Thank you so much. People have told us being further into your mindset, the better we accept it and the better for us. Please don't forget in your context, in your context, how to practice or pedagogy. And 2 minutes
Thank you. This is a test of I want to say that if you look at most lecturers and teachers are still very much as what was the idea of the users like but I also want to say that our attitude to digital reality, the attitude determine the extent of the music and how we can do to become better and become greater. And one of the things that I have initially, I don't say, one of the things that is but I want to learn, I have to try it, and I find that conceptual is like, yeah, because I'm a student, so this is what I don't do, then I never have to find out that
It is about being able that there is still opportunity for you to bring in your own originality to the work. And so the attitude was the experience to determine what you should do. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I know we have to be, but let me just say this. We just have to achieve this plan. This project, when this is time, these offices are defined where Nigerian teachers really need more framework, more understanding of how AI works. And in my book, from my perspective, about the AI constitute, it's just like your mindset, just like your perception in the business of artificial intelligence. For years, as a master, I've been experiencing many things. Sometimes when I write, I have to go into the direction of using my and I want to tell them I'm using I can't do anything so until 2020, and I was like, when I do anything like that, within 1 minute I think about the AI, the AI will be very fast and correct things for me. So that's my own journey was about intelligence. And when you talk about the terms of policy, I think, like I said, these grants finally, because these are the kind of things that towards federal government, state government, because of policy, not telling us AI cannot help us. We're going to give critical thinking, but rather let's be part of artificial intelligence and how you can set up a framework for teachers, even including the students on how to do this of artificial intelligence. In terms of practice, of course, I've just been understand. I've been a student to this on many occasions. And in terms of what you practice now, AI has been one of my best partners that I can learn to once I do something to do this for me. I want to be a lot of statistical responsibility as a teacher. I'm the same teacher that will work at England, that will go to class and that. And I think that I have to do some of that for the student. Third person has some practice. So in terms of practice, it's going to assist me. In terms of pedagogy, what about the areas of writing lessons? But one thing I want to do now, AI has come to stay. It's not going to be this teacher. So don't forget that it's the place you will go to the
Let me say that at the different and the only reason I'm saying that is one, I'm coming from the technical background. So we are on the side. And when we started this policy, I didn't know or I didn't believe that we get this. You know, when the previous owner was telling me that I've always looked at the technical side. I've always looked at the technical side, which does not communicate with people that are talking about. It didn't get it. My mentor, I believe that. So, my belief that. But now, we initiated the round for AI learning, which is an on-campus initiative, where we try to break the myth of AI. So, I'm going to be a bit different. So, I'm learning from my mathematics ambassador and also from my keynote speaker. Yeah, so I'm going to be looking at our addition from when we talk about policy. I talk about embedding ethics and data sovereignty into our work because everything is about data, and that is what it all needs to be. Data is key, data is AI, and even these AI tools, they still need data to make them better. So, and our policy that we also designed for this thing on
what, why, how, and when it's going to actually guide us on the three user level of the top from the start, various. So I got it much of the believe me, those two, let's go started. So when you talk about that, talk about it. Now, you should see AI as a collaborator. We are cooperating together. Believe me, cooperating together. Let's take an example. So like music now, because AI puts it way out of class. So it gives you less action. So also with music. When I put in music or something, just like I was talking about that, my AI will learn the pattern of that music and it begins to predict to you what your next music like is going to be. So now the question now is that the AI is it now replacing or shaping our cultural context? So the third one is where the talking about the last one. We are already so yeah, we try to include everything and everybody in what we do. Like we teach AI in class. We don't just tell our students not to be lazy. That would be wrong. Even for parenting, right? You teach them so that they build responsible AI tools to use. Then lastly, mindset that just like is that I encourage everybody to start with responsibility. You become curious. What's going on with AI? What is AI? Because that is was that curiosity that actually give birth to this our project. We wanted to know what AI is doing. Then we started building responsible methods, responsible approach, and bring everybody to work with. Then that is what AI is doing. It includes career, it includes cultural, it includes people from region, whether people of language or non language, it even includes our language, the language that we speak. Because now, if you like your WhatsApp, if you try to record your message, you know there's something they call transcribing here. So if you speak your language and you try to transcribe, you'll see that it's going to give you English. Nothing meaningful unless you speak English. Or even if you speak English, if you don't recognize the accent, it still gives you English. So that's what I think that it's not what we do. That's what we do now. In the language, even in our tonal work into AI. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So what we want to say now, after the first questions, answer the question, and the last one is still the same question. So we are saying AI. So I'll probably just take another round in responding to the question. But I'll still deal with what Dr. said earlier. We're talking about policy. And this particular project, I would say again, your opinion is fine. Because if you look at what is happening in the education states in Nigeria today, every artist release the new curriculum recently, and you'll find AI there for topics that will now be taught in secondary school. So even from upper primary, junior school, you now see cyber security, digital entrepreneurship, AI, and so on and so forth. So the project has actually now those 6,000 teachers, to be ready for what is coming. So in terms of policy, the country's attitude towards the AI attitude towards AI in Nigeria is there now. Part of the people that will lead the national AI strategy that was developed by the new minister, So we are also doing stuff in Nigeria when we talk about AI, they're looking at infrastructure, they're looking at education, looking at different things. So the government too, I think they have the right AI attitude because they are looking at it. So we are not just trying to wait from this. In Africa too, you'll be shocked that we have the best and the best of plans. While we were looking at different frameworks, we also saw the one developed by AU, African Union. So you'll be shocked that so we already have all these things. It's just the implementation. So we have the AI attitude. We now need to balance it up with the right set of implementation in terms of plan. So I will end it all by just telling us again that the kind of AI system that we should have is that sees AI as our partner, as our own pilot. You don't just want to see it as, oh, I now want to relinquish my powers to the AI to make decisions for you. No, whatever you push out there, it is from you. You are not going to say, hey, I will say that. The moment you are signing your paper and you are pushing it out, it's from you. So you want to ensure that you go over it again and again. The same way you don't leave your intern and just tell your intern to help you draft your proposal that you want to send to your funders or your people that are giving you grants. It's the same way just take whatever you get from AI and you work with it. The final decision lies with you. So let's see it as the co-pilot, our partner in progress that we are working together in achieving our goal. And the final decision again should be yours.
Thank you so much, sir. Give a round of applause for everyone for the beautiful questions that you've done to this particular question. What I want to provide AI in different contexts, policy, practice, and pedagogy. So I'll be asking specific questions, and this is directed to Mr. Kayode Adewale, the teacher multiple award recipient. What are the biggest misconceptions about AI in education? What practical challenges do teachers face in adopting AI tools in classrooms? So, Minister.
Thank you very much. You and this it's the last question, but I thank you very much because we were talking about the major misconception, and this misconception and this policy actually fully fulfill those people that really don't want technology to come and stay, which we are talking about mostly the digital immigrants. If you go to the what is called digital, it will tell you what is happening now is the best thing. But go to the digital immigrant, and for 10 years, the majority of them are now training. And I think that. So when we are talking about that, major misconception is many people believe AI is coming here to replace it, and it's not coming here to replace anybody. It will only replace people that are not using it. Then the second thing is that I said AI, most of their fear is that it always gives you a phrase, it gives you best control. The important thing is making teaching effortless. You want person for student to be student person instead of the student to be going around looking for solution. When you just run to the AI, within 2 minutes you get the answer. Then this your useless AI is making is stealing creativity, stealing this and that. Not to talk about the good part of the artificial intelligence. Those are the misconceptions about AI. Let's look at the challenges. One of the major challenges is what we observed in the store this morning. Why the session was going on, we just see the power just went up. Then another issue is the issues of internet. I had the opportunity to be in the US in 2003 and 2004 for a fellowship. And over there, even if you don't have money to buy data, you see internet everywhere. But come to Nigeria, we know the case. But I know we'll get there. It's a matter of time. So the internet issue and some other thing, the power supply and some other thing. What about the capacity training for teachers about the uses of artificial intelligence? I was unfortunate to be with the Honorable Minister of Education for the ministerial training, and I was the one representing the voice of Nigerians, and I was saying that Honorable Minister, sir, we have been here. We see US investing $23,000 on over 150 teachers throughout the world. This is good. Just because they want to empower people that are not in their country, then what are we doing as a country? There is need for us to invest in the life of people. We have best people like I mentor here, these are people that have been in the classroom. And when you see them, just wondering, are this teacher like the what is it called? The MC was asking the other time, are this teacher? Yes, we are teacher. We still have many more of us in the classroom over there. People like my friend is there, or like is there. Those are the people that are being fine in the classroom. So when we see the right, what is it called? When the federal government or the state government, whosoever that is responsible for it, unfortunately, I think I'm in the jail now. So if you are empowered, truly empowered, they are still the best and many best ways in the classroom that will do the better things. So those are the challenges. And if you can give us what we did as teacher, will become whatever you want. I will see the better thing in our classroom. Thank you.
Thank you very much. When we say now, and teachers and teachers, so you first was here for what category you were for. There are teachers, there are smart teachers now, and teachers are changing generalities. You know, those days when you look teachers, when you meet teachers, without them saying anything, hold on, the teacher. I have had people ask me that I was a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I don't have to be a lawyer before I put on white and black. I don't have to be a doctor to be cool. I am a teacher. Just like I say again, there are teachers and there are teachers. Thank you so much, Dr. Kayo, everybody. Time will not permit me. I was going to ask you what practical solutions we globally highlighted the practical challenges. What practical solutions do you think can be adopted in summary? And thank God you're also in the policy aspect. So what do you think can
All right, this one, just like I've said, one of this is like insufficient training that intelligence. Which I believe that was very good. The government can just start empowering that by organizing the then institutions like the way we are doing it now, there are many grants outside there that the SASA can even tap in to organize this kind of thing. But majority of us don't have that. So, I think we are in system now. We are not getting the grant. Everything is capital. I know the file is good. I know it's good. We use that to get it. But there are other companies outside there that can also have to empower many people at different levels of education. So these are some of those things I think the solution. Keep training teachers and also source of funding to do some of these challenges or some of these problems that are identified.
Private school teachers.
The private school.
Yes.
When we are talking about teacher is teacher to every level. And I must tell you that today we have many private primary school teachers that are being on that level. I started as a primary school teacher in 2006 before I went to 2008. And now I'm doing on that day. So of course, when we see these people we are talking about, as teachers too, we don't have to wait for these people to empower us. I started tapping. I went online to look for like-minded teacher, and I found a profile of a young public school teacher who is the man sitting right here in the hall. And I was like, is this a public school teacher? And by God's grace, I was following his step because I'm always on the net. Mr. Adekali, and I succeeded in
Thank you very much for that. Also, quality assurance framework evolved to account for AI-driven pedagogy and assessment. I'll take that again. How should quality assurance frameworks evolve to account for AI-driven pedagogy and assessment? Then how do we ensure AI use in classrooms upholds academic integrity? Is that yes, two questions.
let me start by saying, I talk of mental maintaining and we are going to maintain this kind of first of all, define what kind of conflict that we have inside our life. Let's think of how to create AI I want to say that the best thing as a kind of translated design the AI so we say that the university is very for making sure that the use of AI in university is follow the standard, follow the standard. So first we have the AI that will guide not just the pedagogy to our students, but to the electoral standard. When the students are going because they don't have to be of what they have to do, kind of guide. Like I said, I have at least AI content about to do those practice. I also use research. And if I say that, but like I said earlier, I found out that when human into project, so we are going to come up with as the concept that set standard. How many of your icon can be high in that has that right? How many of that? So it's just like that you have to put the standard. And with that, you can control and establish the standard for use of AI. And we can also do that when it comes to the classroom, how lecturers use AI what level because we cannot put the AI and everybody has been saying is the balance, human dimension of the problem. You cannot say the interaction, human interaction in the classroom should be just what we are. So we have to use the policy and guidelines to control the use of AI.
Or thank you. So rather than just fall apart, what quality and spirit relatives?
That's what I just said. Currently, we are no policy, and as the University of California should develop the policy. And I want to tell you that that draft, the PE draft, has a draft of that. Because when I was actually sending to one is okay, knowing well that it's about the wisdom. And I know that I accept it. And that was very soon that policy will go on. The university is interested in lecturers, students using AI. But we also not going to allow the students to use it, to abuse it, because it can be abused. And if you use it and you don't bring it to human dimension, that is not going to reward you. And we are not going to go to any rest that I know they have it. I was in South Africa last year. And examining a student. And one of the things that we look for in the thesis was how much of that
Thank you, sir. We eagerly look forward to resume all the efforts one at a time. Thank you, sir. All right, so Dr. Brenda for calling of Columbia University. What lessons can African institutions learn from UK approach to AI integration in teaching? Then, okay, maybe you answer that, John. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. What I observed in UK is beyond policy, they develop AI leadership. Policy is about standard and written rules, but principles is about foundational values and beliefs. So they are built with emotion because AI is in the black box. And I could see that. I had that in mind. You see, I could see it on the slide on the presentation share. AI is actually the black box. As a matter of fact, the guys developing AI, the programmers, you don't know, nobody knows the extent that AI can go. As a matter of fact, somebody said, well, I believe it's just a thought. Well, there's an element of truth there that how are we sure that AI will destroy the world and make the world change? This is AI is the black box now. So if you stick by the policy will only create an iron cage. And people always have a way of maneuvering policy. There are policy gaps, there are policy somersaults. I've seen a situation where university established that, okay, AI, there's a particular percentage of AI where students complete their assignment. You have that authority, I teach you and when students submit their assignment, you see the AI similarity in addition to the plagiarism similarity. And probably the policy says the AI content should not be more than 20%, but the same AI established the humanizer that it will humanize the AI content to zero level. And the student has used AI. So he kind of bypass policy. So you can't hold the students that he has used AI. You can't take it to any course this time. As a matter of fact, in my university, it is enough that you don't charge students for academic misconduct on the basis of AI until it's been proven beyond this level. And I will still discuss about that. So beyond AI policy, let's talk about principle about safety, principle about inclusion, principle about integrity of the use. And that led to you declaring content of AI. I give you an example. A student sent me an email, a master student. He sent me an email, and I was expected to reply within 72 hours. So I checked the email. Every month is working, even while you are going to check your email. And at the end, this is straight I know in class very well. At the end of that email, I saw something. Now you can attach the name of your person. You get that? This student has used it and the ChatGPT to write that email. I now reply, thank you for the email, but your AI has not been taken my name. Please do it. Just not put the question of that AI cannot do everything. So that's what I've learned in UK university, that beyond policy. Let's go to the and let's now play some. And so we appeal to your mind because policies can actually, thank you.
Thank you for being welcome. But then now I want to addressing this and proceed with the thank you very much. This time will not permit us to take further questions, but I will give us this closing discussion question before we get questions from the audience. If you could give one sentence of advice to teachers developing their AI, what would it be? One sentence of advice to teachers developing their AI system, what will it be? Dr. Sakina.
Well, you know, she's not being consented. So I don't have to approach it as courage because there's a big use it to amplify your thinking, empower your thinking.
Thank you, Mr. Dede. Promote responsible and physical users. Thank you, Mr. Thank you very much. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, because as an operator, I've said something here. I have to do this already. So I have to praise you to say that when you are talking about the power, just of the same, the statement of power, several teachers, the new platform, and so that's one of the plans we are talking about. In the areas of technology, I think that one of the standards in 2000. And those of the things I was awarded 5 million a 2-bedroom bungalow. So I'm just trying to tell you that there are still many things government organizations, especially the education credit program, they are big things. But we want other doctors to also make it. So one more thing, the last point that AI has got to be. Educators don't see artificial intelligence coming from the base, but maybe coming from the base.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, it's part of us. We don't talk about it. I think it's going to be.
Thank you so much, Dr. As teachers, use AI responsibly. Thank you very much. You want to talk? Oh my God. So before there are questions, don't try to record it. The thing is, when Dr. Kyle said that he wrote on the part of Mr. DFO, I just find it very fascinating. And as teachers, you need someone to hold you by the hand. You need somebody doing something you're quite interested about for following. And not just following, because sometimes, there are people who follow online. Why not this person? But you're not really in contact with that person. You're two different things. Following someone and having that person that is very mentor you. I think it goes a long way. You find somebody doing something great in your field and you ensure you are in contact, you find a way of, just like we have said, we succeeded in this, we succeeded in that, and that's good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let's take one from 2 3 questions. You have one question. Please signify. It's another thing, right? All right, then please let's go on the next step.
Before I ask my question, I have a comment. Number one, I like to thank she doesn't know that I've been following. She's not aware. She's not aware. I'm sure if she were to think of who would be interested, she probably would be looking at home online. But I saw her, I saw the invitation. Then I saw that she said, take your aim. Because I even thought I should call just to find that he's here. And so then this my brother meeting fine. So because of you and Dr. I wanted to know you. This yes, I also have been very thrilled about maybe the one that teaching person using Mathematics. So I have become going to worship. I know. You know me. I'm one of them. How was Dr. Sakimat again? I will be hearing about the search. I mean, said, thank you for what you are doing. There. Some of us here for this days and we are I know that we are what I almost finished before I came, but that there are 3 stages. Each stage, could I say, what? Thank you. Thank you. They are artificial intelligence. Honestly, recently I just feel that it's just like coming to us, just like a mobile phone or the phones came to us when Señor came to. The phones have been with all of these people for quite in 1983, my first time of getting to the UK, my hosts were going out and saying, and as we were walking, he just passed by the girl with the mobile and he was just doing something. He took some sterling, pounds, sterling. So that was 1983. That is what we call ATM now. That's ATM. They have been using it a long time. So my first, it's not the actual response to development. Usually when new things come, it takes me a long time. I ponder and I look at what that thing is doing. I try personally to look at what is this thing saying, what is it contributing before I point it. Dr. Lumiana has invited me into the program. I don't know where to. And I said, okay, thank you. Some years back, I said, my personal attitude to things, I don't usually want to front them. Some people don't say, I shall come for this. Let me begin to wear it. This is the way they behave now. No, I take time to check myself and see what I can gain or what can the thing can add value to my life. First of all, if I was I didn't greet you, sorry. But when we get to the department, you know that. Sorry, protocol. Sorry, the director of quality. So, my dear, AI, I had just found out, somebody reminded me, with AI, children be afraid of it. That, if you remember your days in school, they want to talk about the school, from a master, in data. But it didn't stick into my head. All I needed was just write the exam and pass and move on. The person reminded me that if I try to move back in that data process, it was a course in my PhD that it was there. So all we need is just calm down, try to get. We know that you younger ones, you will get things faster than we that started. What is it? You are digital, we are analog computer, you are there. Yes, that if you try to see, if you try to remember, was part of the things they were teaching us. So when I say I teach it, well, as an English language person, somebody in the language, I knew that we were just pointing. All is about attitude, and it's good that I have heard that attitude. God knows that we sometimes what He did for us was not like that. If I knew that we were in Nigeria, I would come to it physically. Okay, so attitude is almost everything. Attitude, where everything life is two instances. In 2023, just 2-3 years ago, talking about AI we use. I've been hearing about it, I've been just getting across it on my program.
Then I had a conference in Bhutan. I was to be a keynote speaker. Something just struck me. This chat GPT don't tell sorry. I just get that. I just said, okay. So the title, the theme of the conference, and my own title, I just gave it to him. And I said, well, what are you going to say? He just brought out everything I had to say on that paper. I was afraid. I was afraid. I said, how did this thing get on? Then I prayed on what plagiarism. Then how did this person? I now cautioned myself. I tried to extract what it has said, and I adapted. I adapted it into my slides, and I used those slides for my presentation. And incidentally, I was talking to a set of teachers, our colleagues, teaching all this use of English, SIP, EAD, and ESP for specific purposes. So, and everybody was like, look at that. I said, I said, I saw something and I gave it to you. And what I learned was that you don't use AI verbatim. Yes. If you use it verbatim, then you become late. I am now understanding that rather than AI trying to replace us, it's really giving us more job to do as teachers. Because you can't just afford to just ask him to give you this and just produce like that. You will finish. So I learned that that's 2023. Now, the most recent one, these are our friends that just graduated. 400 level 2021. I had one of my men, this boy would not come, not show up at all. I traveled for 3 months. When I was in the US for 3 months. Before I went away, I had already given them what to do. Those of them that did their jobs, they already had gone to very far to meet the deadline. And I went on official appointment, official approval. And I told my agent this was the level with which I was with my students. This one. And the agent took it up so that they will know that this boy never showed up until I came back in June this year. And this boy came, I didn't. He was just choosing his topic. When others had already concluded and had graded them, said, where have you been? Said, I am doing content creation. I said, what is that again? That why you not? Anyway, long story short. I said, okay, go and take your topic, whatever you want to do. He went away 2 times. I gave him a ride from here to one to mini campus, the other to town. Said, go and brush his hair, do this one. After you are done with this, you can then do any creation you want to do. Now, this boy went away, he would never come. Every time I was in the office, I would say, the secretary, did you see this boy? And she would say, no. All I just saw was that when they were looking for trying to do the graduation list of something, they asked them, somebody called me, and oh my word, she said, chapter 5. Professor Imo Tishi. And when I saw that I'm saying, and I said, who? He said he had submitted. I said, no. Submitted what? How would you do your work to chapter 5? And I read it. I did one day like that. I was just, I opened the door. I got into my office and I said, people are like, oh, take this. One of the days that the door to my office refused to come, one Friday like that, I mistakenly left it. It must have been that day because maybe and chopped the one under some fish on my table. And I said, so when somebody, my just said, making it so clear, and I saw that it was okay. Thank God I took somebody along with me. I think it was Miss Adedoyin working with me. You know, I brought the things out. My sister, this boy had got copy where I let it down. They had bound it and read they said, and I sat down, calmly, and I read. I had examined that word in the faculty of arts. But that one was even a PhD that thing was PhD or undergraduate. Now, when I read that I took time to read. One, it was a bit different from what the idea gave me in the beginning. And I saw my niece in it. And I read it. And of course, I have the Holy Spirit in me. And I said, he said, I wrote it down. This is not original to you. I have a doubt about it. Because he knew that if he brought it to me, I probably would have known how fast have you been able to from topic to chapter 5. So
in 10 minutes.
As
You did
teachers,
10 minutes.
that was how I was able to get myself up. In any way, I told the HOD said I should just call him or whatever. But it really made me to be more aware that these people can actually, in AI, he was talking of. I enjoyed some of these things online. AI telling us somebody AI gave back to it. AI is getting pregnant. AI is, as we are seated now, the AI can take me in that place. That's where I am sitting. Those are the ones that we must be very wary of. We should be able to discern. And that's why I feel that for teachers, it will give us more, it makes us to be more hardworking and to be able to say that no, this one is not children listen to them. No, I know you are not the man. So and that is what maybe it's not very important for you guys.
Very simple. Very Thank you very much. I want to announce the for the great contribution to all that has been said. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. The question I want to ask is, my area of interest is and then when you talk specifically government about presence, and then I was about whether but now I begin to wonder what's wrong with our outcome. For instance, about 5 or 6 years when this meeting was started, the part of time, but I have my students that are coming from secondary school who cannot even write, of them, majority of them, when you are friends, you interact with them and tell your teachers. How is over the standard, the quality that will be coming to class. So you wonder that is the case, how you use your own pressure. The only thing you do is to allow understand that they are not. So you now begin to wonder if those that are not right very well are now being asked to interact with because they told you the objective question. How would they be able to create? How would they be able to create? For instance, some of us here, for instance, I started with an operational. Eventually, I started pure economics those days, and eventually now I'm in the media. And yet, I get into media due to my level of and the knowledge imparted on us by our teachers and the kind of education we receive because now, as the student will master is the person they can go to that. Our question now is, are we now what are we seeing regarding AI? Presently, to my own perception, to be lecturer or teacher centric rather than being student centric. In the sense that we are talking of how the teacher can deliver what they have to the students. How will the students knowledge who are going to be those that will be the custodians of this knowledge in their very earnest form? What are we preparing them to be independent of this technological advantage and general aspect we are experiencing now? What is your life on that? Making them AI is students or learners centric. Thank you so much.
Yes, when we look at critical centric learning by the use of technology is not even for the teacher, be able to categorize that as the proper use of technology. It is when the students are able to technology, that is where we can actually say we tick that box of definitely technology in class. So as a lecturer, our job is just to use technology and dazzle the students that you can see me, I can use multiple technology. It is when you are able to help your students use the tool to construct knowledge. For example, you are teaching whatever subject you are teaching, your course you are teaching, and you want the students to gather data on the field. And when they gather data on the field, you want them to leverage technology to analyze data. They are in arts or language, they don't know how to use SPSS or Python, but they cannot use AI to help them analyze data and get whatever they get out of it. So it is when we now come up with assessment, we need to rethink the way we assess our students. So the form of assessment that we enable them leverage this when they are learning. I've written countless numbers of Microsoft certifications. What we call objective, they are a typical set of questions. It's not questions that just at and say this is the right answer. They are like alternative to practical. They are questions that we drag and drop, match and drop, case studies. That read the case study over and over again and people respond to the answer. So let's give them project based, let's do project based learning. Give them the kind of tasks that enable them to do more than just to read and write answer and then everybody's good. So it's leveraging and story that you use everything you do. And let us be transparent too. Let them know that these assignments I'm giving you, no AI is required. These assignments I'm giving you, you can use AI for research and all that. This assignment I'm giving you can use AI. So when we are open, they know all these things beforehand. Just like Dr. said, principle. They know that, it's not as if I do not like to AI, but I know where I want they are communicate that with you. So students are already aware. We start doing all this, we think our assessment, we help them to do things critically and not just give and take. We now do the group that many of them more and not just see theory. When we just do all that in this thing and we can say what is the issue mentioned in mind. But it is when we move up the ladder to the higher level of skill, we start doing application analysis cases, and that's to inform the kind of questions we answer. So we are not just going to say when did Nigeria be independent, why did we fight for independence, and how has that helped Nigeria as an independent country?
Now, what I want to say is that we know that we are using mass curriculum. We are using mass curriculum. And believe me, the system mass curriculum encompasses all these things because right now,
I'm preparing for this education, and I see what else takes to us. Like, so because the way we are structured, the structure there is very time between the class and the class. So when you say that then and then of it's project based, some of the things that make them passion and you know they put in a lot of things like your instruction starting and they also put something there. Let me just say I want to let me I pronounce right. Sorry. No, I'm not saying sorry, but I need to say because at the end of what they asked us, they said that we are supposed to pay. At the end of the cost of that everything is actually the right, but we have to put what do you want the students, and I want to do the example. What do you want students to start with? You know, we have to take those things like one, plagiarism is not encouraged class. If we use AI, you have to be transparent, declare the AI, you have to be honest, expect to pay for the class, do the student ask for situation. Maybe a kind of that we never do, but you know, I can still prepare you for all those. You prepare one by one. So let's go our so we are there. Sorry, I'm very very happy to manage to what's going on. Even our airports, you know, when we went to one and we were told people already say that they are already busy. I know that last year or over year, when you come, you know, you already treated on where like TikToks, TikTokers, where I was immediately change to winter. You remove everything from it. But now, things are changing. Yes, things are changing. Yes, things are changing. Do you get what I'm saying? So, when you see the class now, when you see the class now, all those things that we're talking about, and fear, don't fear anymore. Yeah, don't fear anymore. Yes, everything is not for their doing. Yes.
Thank you very much. Let me just add this as a master, as doctors, and I know your own person. And there are many questions you can ask them that in fact it's very difficult for your life to understand the conversation. They are critically my first time in this where the advanced places and I saw a page where like you get the data, you do this and that. I thought it was like Nigerian class. Where you be like, okay, out of 21 students taking mass one test, and they will just put the question, the copy double and paste it. And I was like, and I said, spend. How do you know why you say no? We are going to gather data, great, nice day. And we then discuss it, and we are doing one thing done. For like 40 minutes, we are wasting time doing the jumping, recording the data, doing everything, and we go back to the class to gather the data and analyze the data. I just want to ask you the question: if you are experienced on that class, will there be any form of cramming? No. Will there be any day they will ask you a question pertaining to that and you don't get it? And that's what we are missing. That is why they are falling into the hand of this native. And another thing for your area, you can like go out into the town, interview 3 or 4 people and do analysis of their recording and AI can never answer that and it makes your cost.
Thank you. Firstly, I want to thank the organizer of this forum. My question is directed to Mr. Adele. Please, sir, can we get the slides that was presented?
Yeah, the slide is the doctor, but at the same time, if you go to Olali and get I'll put it there, and I also have like
kind of checklist for anybody that's trying to navigate, find his way or way around the use of AI. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate my very good effort.
No, in between 12.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate our